Welcome back, YouTubers, to my channel of an everyday life of an Aspie. If you're following me right now and you're new, hi, my name's Aspie. I'm all about creating mental health and awareness, sharing my life stories, as well as just doing anything in between on along lines of tips and advice along the way for you all that may be going through some personal struggles of your mental health issues or what have you, or just personal struggles in general, be it, hopefully whatever it may be. I'll be your girl of support, regardless of it is to just support you, advocate you, and whatever else may be that you're seeking through for these answers or whatever it may be on this channel. It has been brought to my attention, even though I've been trying to stay well clear of certain topics that may be touchy, but I feel to address them anyway, regardless what's been on my heart to share while meditating, sitting down quietly on my own, regardless. So these ones are obviously all about Tourette syndrome, so that we can obviously learn more along the way, obviously, and hopefully with this we can learn something from each other. And hopefully if any of you that are watching this and do go through your everyday struggle with Tourette's, basically, give me the comment below of anything you would like to see, or just maybe share your life stories, and hopefully this channel will be user friendly as much as possible for us all, so that we can open it up for discussion. So this one's all about the do's and don'ts, obviously, about approaching someone with Tourette's, or as someone would label it, how not to be an arsehole to someone with Tourette's. But hopefully you can understand where they're coming from, and obviously for me too, as an eye-opener, to walk in their shoes and maybe see what life is like for them in general, whatever it may be. So the list of don'ts that is listed here is: number 1, don't yell at me to stop ticking, particularly from a distance too far to make a conversational explanation that is plausible for them. You've got to trust them, obviously, when you're shouting at them. It's like, obviously, yes, they have a neurological disorder across a crowded store, and it will make them feel bad and make you look bad in the opposite effect. Number 2, don't forever call them names. They've heard all the works of whatever names that you name call them. It's been proven that we need to be polite to everybody and understand where they are at in their life. So they think that majority of the time with the name calling, some of it wasn't even clever to name call them in the first place. Number 3, don't tell them how envious you are of having Tourette's because it seems so awesome. Obviously, basically, it isn't awesome. If you want to live 24/7 with them constantly ticking while stressed and whatever, by all means, but in all honesty, it's not. Number 5, call security, try to have them removed from a public place. It's a one I'm given that obviously, that when they are ticking, it's out of their control, obviously. So I've stressed this enough so many times before. It's involuntary, and they can't help it if stressed whenever they do tend to tick in that public place. Number 8, hitting them. Do not hit. No way, Jose. They have been hit probably a lot of times and whatever else. Don't inform them that they're being rude. They're not being rude. It's just a way of living in their everyday life of Tourette's. Number 9, maybe I'm up to. Call their present mother nasty names, or even their father nasty names. Their neurological condition has nothing to do with not being raised right. Many people make that assumption that just because you have Tourette's or other mental health illnesses, then they're not being raised right, but it's not always the case. Another one that really will be up there, God, and I'm sure someone that I know of that I've been talking to and trying to get to know, is mimicking their tics back at them. You really thought that this would end when they become an adult? Sadly, no, it's not always the case for them. Some of it can be ongoing right through. Number 10 or 11, don't speak to their companion as if there isn't there. They're not there at the time. This is a problem for just about anyone with a visible disability, however, just to bear in mind, however. Last but not least, don't forever tell them that they're bothering people. They promise that they know that and already feel crappy and self-conscious about their tics when it does arrive on the trot. So the do's and when approaching to, people with Tourette's are: number 1, do approach and address them in a conversational tone of voice. Number 2, introduce yourself, especially if you're in a position of authority. Number 3, give them the chance to have a polite interaction with them, and they can tolerate a certain amount of ignorance or confrontation if it's civil enough from the start, and you feel like a less of an ass when you find out that they have a medical condition if you didn't lead them from a place of rudeness or aggression in the first place. Number 4, acknowledge the tics from the outset. I know that they're weird. Try to work around the conversation circuitously come across as duplicitous and smarmy. I'm looking at UTSA Airport Security. That's their way of looking at it, but basically also another way of it is also maybe it's polite to try and ignore the tics and just continue as normal and defend them when stuff goes wrong. I've said this about it too, and how to, approach people with Tourette's, which will come up next. Number 6 is, unless the symptoms are incredibly noticeable or intrusive, just ignore them, as I've just said. Having it pointed out all the time that one's behaviour is outside the norm can make someone feel really self-conscious, even if it's done in a mean way. Last but not least, as I said before, ask them if any of the symptoms are controllable. So I couldn't help but notice that you're barking. Is that something you can control? Okay. Obviously, they've got to remember to expect people may not understand completely about someone that has Tourette's that is out of their control or out of their experience zone. That's why I thought to basically be important today to address with you all, to share with you all about this, and hopefully that we can actually get it all into perspective of what life is like for those ones that do have Tourette's. So basically this one is a real short, brief one of how to approach someone with Tourette's. Give me a like for thumbs up for support, comment below if I've missed out anything. Feel free to follow me on my social media sites, AspieAnswersAll on Twitter or Facebook. Feel free to subscribe to my channel, because I'm hoping to do this on a daily, weekly of certain mental health disorders and whatever topics that may bring. Also, don't forget to put the notification bell on so you know when Aspie's out and about putting up new videos, so that we can hopefully engage with one another. Feel free to share these videos along to family and friends. Not further ado, guys, thanks for your support, thanks for watching, do what you love what you do. Until next time, Aspie signing out. I'll see you all again soon.